Is this mic on? Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is a sound check. Brace yourself, cause we're coming with another one. Metal moves, singing speakers hotter than the sun. Dropping new bands that you never heard before. Seeing music in and we'll play it all around the world. Lots of haters talking trash, they don't like your shout. Grab a talker, join the party, and we'll shut them down. Independent radio is the future now. Turn it up, tell a friend. It's showtime.
Welcome back to the Moose Pit studios here in Oklahoma City. Welcome to Soundcheck. It's the best 2 hours of music that you've never heard. That's right. We go find the best unsigned and indie metal in and around the world, and we play it for you. We discuss it. We do a little sound check. That's what we do. We review the song as we play it. I've never heard it before. So you're hearing it for the first time just like me, and I listen to it and I kind of give my opinions on it. You, of course, can have your own opinion, but it's a service that we do for people out there looking for new music. That's what we do. So we rate it in tacos, though. We don't do stars or skulls or, stuff like that. 5 pentagrams, a lot of quote unquote metal shows do, 5 skulls and crossbones. We do things in tacos around here. Tacos are what's important to us. So we rate your music in tacos. It's something that we do. Yeah, man. So if you're a normal listener, thank you for being here. If you're not and you're brand new and you're listening on iTunes or TuneIn or iHeartRadio or YouTube or wherever you're listening from, thanks for being here because you're joining a big, humongous group of people that listen to the show every week. Also, a group of about 20,000 on Facebook that hang out and discuss music and bands and promoters and venues and all kinds of stuff. So you just dumped yourself into a big metal community of fun. Yeah, and tacos. Well, the taco thing is... Anyway, so this is the Chix That Rock show. This is a show we do every 10th show, and every band that we play today will have at least one female member. And we've been doing this since 2014, and we try to play brand new bands on every show. And that's with all of our shows. With Chix That Rock, we try to continue to search for bands with female members because we support. I say we all the time. I don't understand that it's basically me. I support girls in the heavy music. I support girls. I support women, but this is about women in the heavy music industry, and I appreciate that. Females are just better than males all the way around. So that's kind of in the story. So we're going to kick things off with, I don't know the name of this band, and I doubt I'm going to find it before. No, Apocalypsis. That's what it is. Here we go on Chix That Rock on Soundcheck, coming to you from OKC. Let's bake this cake.
Is this mic on? Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is a sound check.
to Soundcheck with the Moose.
Yeah, Apocalypsis here on Soundcheck with me, the Moose. How you doing? Hope you're ready for a crazy show. This is the Chix that Rock show, so every band has at least one female member. Some of the bands are all female, and some of them just one, you know. So for me, on that tune, so I hear a lot of the EDM elements that bands are starting to use, which I think is very smart, because people are into this EDM thing. Kids like it. So if you can incorporate that has that very Euro EDM pop synth thing going on. I think it's a good idea. Like if you listen to bands like The Algorithm is one, and I can't remember the name of the other one off the top of my head. But anyway, I like the mixing of the, you know, EDM kind of spacey kind of thing. I really like that. The operatic vocal was really, for me, very tough to deal with. It's because it's hard for me to take seriously, even though it's such a serious craft opera. But that whole it's tough for me to swallow. Obviously, she's talented, no doubt about it. But I preferred like the last, you know, couple minutes of the tune where she was doing a non-opera falsetto thing where she was just kind of giving that vocal melody line into it. So I liked it, but it'd be tough to me to listen to a lot because that operatic vocal, it's very chaotic. And it just doesn't, to me, it doesn't mix real well with that EDM kind of, you know, shake your moneymaker, futuristic, the Nebula theory. Is that what they're called? I'm still trying to think of that other band. Anyway, so, yeah, man. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like it. I'd love a signed CD if you guys want to send me one, or a t-shirt, of course. So listen, I'd probably give that a 3.5 taco rating. It's good. It was tough for me to swallow. The opera vocal production was sweet. The music was killer. Instrumentally, I'd give it a 4.75. But the vocal kind of knocked it down for me a little bit because for me, I'm like, oh my God, I just want to. It's so chaotic and hectic. It was rough for me. Anyway, so coming up next is a band called Arachnorism. I'm pretty sure this is an instrumental, which makes it even cooler. That means a chick that can shred on guitar. That's hot, my friend. That's hot. Let's get it.
Where you get rated in tacos, only on Soundcheck. Want to know if you suck?
Hey, you suck.
Send your music to Soundcheck.
All right. Okay, maybe it's a chick that growls instead of shreds, or maybe both. I don't know. I'm not sure who the female member is in the band. I love this song. I love that style. This, gent, prog, tech, death kind of thing that I don't know what people even label things anymore. So, but I really like the only thing I didn't like about that is and this is a problem, I think, in my opinion, on a lot of the gent kind of stuff that's coming out. There's no warmth to the guitar tone. It's just like so abrasively dry. It's kind of like wiping your butt with sandpaper. Your ears are just like, oh my God, there's no warmth to it. But what a ripper, what a killer tune. And that is, I'm pretty sure that's their demo track. Really well produced for a demo. Nice sounding, great execution on the tune. I'm a fan. I would be proud to say, man, you need to check this out. So, and it's cool. One of the things about the Chix at the Rock show is I'm one of those people who feels awesome when I say, you need to check this out. And the singer's a girl, the guitar player is a girl, or you know why? Because people have such a hard time understanding that. You know what I mean? They're still just like, what, a girl in a metal band, and they don't understand that it deserves the respect that it does, because it deserves a lot of respect. Maria Brink and Angela Gossow and Allison White Ghouls and all the way back to what's her name? I can't remember now. Can't remember the name of the band either. Demonic Christ. Yeah, I mean, you're going way back. There's been women in the heavy music industry for a long time, but it's really starting to gain some of that respect because these girls came out hitting like the big boys. You know what I mean? It wasn't just like, hi, we're cute, we're in a band. They came out and just straight kicked people in the nuts. So I love that song. I'd give it a 4.5. The only reason I would take that other 5 off is just because I think the guitar tone is so brash. I'm just like, oh, okay. And I think they're going to have a hard time separating themselves. The thing that is going to be an issue with that band, Arachnarism, or however the hell you say it. But really good. I'm impressed as hell. Coming up next is a band called Anchor with The Monster I Am. Can't wait to check this one out. It's the Chix That Rock on Soundcheck.
Hey, rock fans, this is T. Singh,
Matt Vogt, Rob Pace,
and Joe Sanchez, and we're from
Drama Queen.
You're listening to the Metal Moose Radio Show where Oklahoma rocks.
Darkest night, that's the color of my heart, and the painting's on
motherfucker. This is Angelo from Haniwa, and you are listening to the Moose.
All right, with Anchor there, wow. I mean, so that is really super, super glossy production. And it's almost overproduced to the point where the vocal takes a hit. And the one and only negative thing I could say besides that of being overly slick is that I would drop it a half key. I'd go down 1/2 notch just so you can get a better pronunciation of the vocal. The guitar solo was just sexy. Great tone, short, to the point. Showed off some good skill, you know what I mean? That was like a little micro burst of I can whip your ass. Also like the kind of gang chants, kind of you got the crowd sing along thing there. You know what it reminded me? It reminded me a little bit of like a metal version of Aqua. You guys remember that Aqua band with Barbie Girl? Yeah, which is really cool. It was catchy. I can see a lot of people really liking that. I think if that got picked up by Big Rock Radio, it could be a monster hit. I would just drop it a half key. That's the only thing that I can say negative about it. I'm totally giving that a 4.75. That is a damn hit, man. It really is. I love the production. The musicianship was beautiful. It has that pop punk sensibility to it. Like people are going to get into it and bang their head, and they're going to be able to sing along at the same time. And listen, I don't know how many, Carcass fans are going to be into that. You know what I mean? In the world of metal and see, that's just kind of it. I can't really tell if you've chosen to try to be a metal band or if you've just chosen to try to be a heavy poppy kind of thing. But a lot of people are going to accuse you of trying to be metal. And if you are, you're dealing with a bunch of Carcass fans and Slayer fans. I don't know how much they're going to pay attention to that. But I think the bigger audience, the pop audience, is going to pay a lot of attention to that. So I think you got a good one right there. That's a killer tune. Really glad I heard that. That is one of the better Chix That Rock tunes out there. And now, trust me, there's been some amazing Chix That Rock bands, and we've got a whole bunch more just on this show. But that was really good, man. I appreciate that a lot. By the way, I'd love a signed CD or a T-shirt if you guys can send that my way. Just catch me on Facebook. I'll tell you how to get it to me. And we continue with the Chix That Rock right here from the Moose Pit in OKC. My name is Moose. Hey, make sure and find us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, even on Pinterest, for God's sakes. We don't do Tinder because I'm not that good looking. But if it'd get more people to listen to the show, I'd consider it. Apothecary with 1976 coming up right now. Hope it makes your ears bleed. On Soundcheck from the Moose Pit. Let's hear that intro one more time.
Is this mic on? Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is a sound check.
Soundcheck on iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and in your local taco truck.
Well, let me tell you something. So earlier I was talking about the chaotic nature of the operatic vocal. Listen, I'm actually a big fan of chaos. That was absolute chaos, and I freaking loved it. That was a ripping tune. Loved the instrumentation. It was all over the place. A little classical flamenco guitar scale thrown in there before the guitar solo. Really nice. I love the dual vocal attack. I don't even know what just happened. My head just exploded. That was really cool. I liked that a lot. So that's gonna be my first 5 taco of the show, man. I'd like to see that live. See if they can pull that off live. Because when you're playing that chaotic, to keep things clean is difficult. But man, wow, really, really good. I am really set back by how good that was. That was something that I'll go back and listen to a lot. And as we always say, if you listen to this show, you know if I want to go back and listen to something, that's kind of a big deal, because I hear a lot of music, and I just don't have all the time in the world to go back and listen to the bands that I play. So when I pick bands to go back and listen to, it's kind of a small percentage because I have played and listened to so many. There's just no way I would be dead before I got through. So yeah, man, really, really damn good. That was, that's major label stuff to me. That is a band that should be getting paid attention to, because it was thoughtful, it was intelligent, it was well executed. The production was nice. It was grindy. Yeah, man, all the good things that you want in metal. That was pretty damn metal. So I'm a fan. I'd love a shirt or a signed CD. Once again, if I like you, I definitely want to wear your shirt so I can tell people about you, because they're going to ask me. Trust me. And I liked that. That was really damn good. So very, very impressed. 5 damn tacos. That's right. I said it. 5 damn tacos. Apothecary? Is that the name of them? Yeah, something like that. Coming up right now, Ascending Dawn with Cannonball. Must be talking about me.
Text in your request to the Soundcheck Taco line, 424-666-7356.
little bit of Ascending Dawn right there. And this is one of those songs that I listen to and I think to myself, man, I so wish I could have been in the studio with them. Now listen, that is a wicked tune. The drummer is just off the reservation. Really excellent piece of music, but I think you're missing a great opportunity to really show the power of not only the vocal, because the vocal was really nicely done, had a lot of moxie to it, some machismo was in there, and the music too. Like I said, the drum track is just insanity. But what I would do, man, is I would give your vocal a chance to shine with a lower music track behind it, maybe just for the verses, and then kick it up to that level 11, because the vocals getting a little bit drowned out by the music. And I also don't think that you're giving your music enough room to breathe. It's really bombastic, and like I said, it's up on 11. It's really brightly produced, and bam, bam, bam. But because it's up so high, most of the time you don't realize how good it is. So my suggestion, other than the fact that it's amazing, and I totally like it, and I'll give it a 4.5 rating. Tacos there, really good. But you should bring it down and let your singer shine a little bit, and then give the band a chance to show off some of its licks as well. It was a good piece. It was just so solid all the way through. I think you guys, if you open it up a little bit more and show what tools you got, I think it would be a little easier to digest, and something you want to come back to more often than just la. It was just like on 11 the whole time. So, but it was really good, really, really good. Coming up next is a band called Eternity Opens with a song called Voyage's End. Got a Viking feel to it already. I feel like I'm Scandinavian right now. I'm a Viking.
is the only one I trust. But he's made his own mistakes. A share of treasure turns into crack and dust. But he'll team up with me someday. 'Cause I'm sick of living in my father's shadow. It's time to forge my own way. I don't want him to be all I've never known for. It's time to make my own name. This is the sea I want to live. This is your will, such a majesty. Jesus, perfection,
You are listening to the Metal Moose.
Yeah, so I don't have a whole lot to say about that. I mean, it just, you're talented musicians, and but the vocal was terribly weak. The production was as weak. It's something, one of those deals. Kind of the point of me doing this show is not only to give band suggestions on how to get better, or an outside ear, not just somebody you're, in your family or your boyfriend or girlfriend going, "Oh, you guys are great, man." I don't feel like if I played that to somebody, I don't see them going, "Man, that was awesome." I see them going, right. Yeah. I think, and without it being, I'm not trying to be wrong or mean or anything, but that's the kind of music that I think most people think of when they think of unsigned, unproduced, not well put together, not very well executed, just, yeah, okay, well, so I guess, I don't know, maybe you didn't have the budget for good production. I don't know if you don't have somebody pushing your vocalist to really push emotion. It was very loosey-goosey as well. It wasn't tight. Get yourself a click track. Your keyboard sounds so wimpy. And save up some money for some production and just keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully good things will come out of it. But for right now, with that track, that's not something I would want to, pass on to somebody else and say, "Man, you need to check this out," because they're going to go, "I hate you for listening to this." So yeah, I'm sorry guys, you get a taco shell, and I mean, that's just how things work in the beginning sometimes. And I'm sure you're going to be great and, really well liked eventually at some time. And then you can come back and tell me how stupid I am. But yeah, not my favorite tune. So yeah, coming up next, we got a band called LORRE with a tune called Snowflake. It's interesting. I wonder if this is about liberals. I don't know, just curious, because I know that term gets thrown around in the political ring a lot. So yeah, man. So LORRE with Snowflake right here on Soundcheck with me, the Moose. Make sure and give us a text on the taco line at 424-666-7356. We'd love to hear your comments, good or bad. Send them on. We'll read them on the air, most likely. I mean, if there's not foul or, disgusting language. I don't know. We might read it anyway. So yeah, it's real. Text LORRE Let's do this.
Hey, this is Freddy. I'm the singer-songwriter from Tola, a brand new thrash and power metal band from Switzerland. And you are listening to The Moose.
Okay, I need your help for this one. Can you do this with me? Too white. Add some blackness. There we go. She's so blind, but you know that she's thirsty. Cracked out junkies on San Julian, and you don't know what she's seen. Hey, my name is Snowflake, baby. I got no natural family. And with no natural family, who's gonna bury me, baby? Tough luck, 'cause things are getting rough. Baby street queen is tough. Good gutter snap is tough. 'Cause things are getting rough, 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 rough. There's Blue Black, you know him. There's Tweak and there's Razorback. An old under businessman I tried to mac, but nobody got to back. Hey, 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 my name is Snowflake, baby. That's right. I got no natural family. And with no natural family, who's gonna bury me, baby? I know, tough luck, 'cause things are getting rough. Baby street queen is tough, 'cause things are getting rough, 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 rough.
You're listening to Soundcheck with the Moose.
Okay, it's Ingerlore, I-N-G-E-R. Sorry about that. I thought it was Inner Lore, but it's not as Ingerlore. Live, apparently. Something I usually don't do is live stuff, but since part of the show is not listening to the music before I play it, so number one, it's always a surprise, and that was a surprise. I didn't know that was live. Really, you know what the thing about that song that I thought was cool is it sounded like a girl rock band or whatever that has just been around forever. Like if I heard that next to like the Runaways on, the classic rock station, I would not go, that must be some unsigned nobody band. I would be like, cool, who the heck was that? That, it was good. It was natural. It didn't sound forced. Especially in a live situation, I think that that's important too. So yeah, I thought that was cool. It fit right in, like I said, with, anything that you hear on the big classic rock station, which is a total compliment. So yeah, man, totally cool. I would give that a 4.25. Because it was live. Production was a little rough, because it's live. And also, I liked it a lot. So I need to hear more of what Ingerlore is and does. So yeah, man, I'm totally down with that. It was cool. I'd like to check out more because it had that real, like I said, that really comfortable Runaways kind of go kind of feeling to it, and I'm all about that. So yeah, man. So I'm a fan of Ingrid LORRE. Thank you. I'm a fan of you for listening to the show. It's a big deal to me that you take time to invite me into your home, on your computer, or in your car, through your phone, on iTunes or whatever, man. It's a big deal to me. I appreciate it very much. Been doing this for quite a few years now, and we've got a lot of family going on here with the Moose Crew. Lots and lots of people listening, and it's a big deal to me. It makes my little metal heart bleed, like the new logo I made with the chainsaw. And Satia, We Are the Gray, coming up right now.
Where you get rated in tacos, only on Soundcheck.
This is Izzy Devious and Lieutenant Colonel Lee from Accidental President in Sydney, Australia.
G'day to all you listeners at Metal Moose Radio.
Agitators and flag bearers.
Stay brutal.
I can't think of a reason why Insatiate is not bigger, more popular than they are. Or maybe I just don't know how popular they are. Can I say popular without sounding like I have a mouthful of food? Probably not. I'm still asleep. So, yeah, what more is there to say? That's an awesome tune. Zoe is so nice, very, very cool person I've got the chance to meet and take a picture with. Really good band. I don't know if it's because the pool of that genre is so full of good bands, but Insatiate should be on the playlist of everybody who's into symphonic, female vocal kind of metal stuff. So I love them. I'd probably give that song a 4.5. The only thing it was missing to me was a good crescendo, really powerful blast. But the production's amazing. The execution was flawless. The vocal was spot on. Everything's good about that. They should be bigger and more popular. And I will tell that to anybody. So I'm a fan. I like Insatiate. It's not just because I met Zoe, because I've met a lot of people in bands that I don't like. So anyway, yeah, very, very cool. You should get into Insatiate. Just buy a shirt, buy a CD, give them your money because they need it to get out on the road and show people how good they are. All these bands that we're playing today, I promise you, they want to be on the road. And they can do that by you guys buying CDs and stickers and T-shirts and koozies and whatever else they have. Buy it. And support them. Yeah, man. So the way I support them is by playing them on the show to as many people as possible. So this next band just came out with a new record. And I'm going to play a song off of their last record. But I just got their new record in the mail. So you're going to dig it. It's my kind of thing right here. But yeah, CRUE with a song called Mother Serpent. You need to check them out. Like I said, brand new record out. Just got it. So get into this band. I've not heard this song before, and but I know the style of music, and I'm a fan already. So yeah, it's a chick that rocks doom style. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, baby, doom.
Want to know if you suck? Hey, you suck. Send your music to Soundcheck.
Narcotic sweetness, the
with the latest in high-octane metal. Metal Moose. You've been weighed, you've been measured, you've been found wanting. Metal Moose. For the latest in high-octane metal. Metal Moose. Visit them on Facebook at Metal Moose Radio for weekly podcasts and more up-to-date information and events. Metal Up. Metal Moose.
Yeah, man, CRUE. So here's the deal about that, and it achieves it on a wickedly high level. It's very seductive. That is a seductive song, not just seductive in a sexual erotic way, but seductive in I'm pulling you into this black mass kind of witchy thing, which I think a lot of bands can achieve visually. You'll look at a lot of stoner witchy bands, and they got that look. Even like the new In This Moment, that's got that witchy cover, looks awesome. Also has a very seductive feel to it. But that was just, I felt enraptured by that, and that fuzz tone on the guitar, just wickedly grindy and slow, and it pulsated, it just dripped with it's like that ghost floating over your bed taunting you. That was totally huge. I want to go buy a shirt right now. I don't know if they have shirts for big people, but I can't wait to tear into the new record now. That is something that I'll put on my Spotify and just jam the snot out of it, because that was good. Like I said, it was lusty. It was seductive. It was, it just beckoned you. It just teased you. I dare you to get into this. You know what I mean? That was it's very black-hearted as well. So, man, that's the kind of rock and roll that parents should be afraid of. 5 damn tacos for CRUE. Life like fire. Showtime on Soundcheck.
Is this mic on? Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is a sound check.
Feel the heat dancing under the scene. There's a little music in it, but it's everything all that I need. We roll up in our patch up vest, blowing smoke from a cigarettes. Moments from the start of the night, quickly catching the fever spotlight. I can't see a goddamn thing, 'cause it's what's already burning in my eyes. World tight, don't know what hits you, but you are going down. Don't fight this, just let us adrenalize your mind. Hold on, wait, this will shake your feet right off the ground. Don't just stand there, ride it out, 'cause it's showtime, showtime. Whoa. Now you're spun in the midnight sun. There's a little risk in it, but isn't this dangerous fun? Can you feel the whiskey dance through your veins? Coming on like a hurricane. Push the motherfuckers out of the way, 'cause you gotta get to the front of the stage. 1,000 people share your breath, but you still scream at the top of your lungs. Hold tight, don't know what hits you, but you are going down. Don't fight this, just let us adrenalize your mind. Hold on, wait, this will shake your feet right off the ground. Don't just stand there, ride it out, 'cause it's showtime, showtime.
I don't know who the manager for Life Like Fire is, but the fact that they're not, and listen, they may be, I don't know, they could be. So I'll just say that I don't know that they are, but that band should be opening up for major bands on major tours, and getting major fans, because that's what people dig right there. That is, that's that kind of Lizzie Hale kind of naughty girl anthem rock that people are into a lot. I kind of, I like it. It was groovy. It was, grungy, dirty rock anthem. But I don't know. For me, it just, that formula doesn't work on me personally. Like, I don't want to listen to that record very much. It's cool to a point, but I'm the exception, because there are, I guarantee you, millions of people who would love that band if they're handled the right way. Because it's just kind of like that Van Halen American rock and roll kind of, and it's, there's a girl in it too, which makes it more accessible. Yeah, man, I think that is, they should be platinum right now. Like, I wish I had control of a band like that, because I would be breaking my back to try to get them in front of as many people as possible, because you've got yourself a pot of gold right there. Pot of gold, really good. Can they consistently do that through an entire record? I have to listen to the whole thing to tell you. Investment wise, man, that's a 5 taco deal right there. For me personally, it's about a 3-5, maybe a 4 taco deal. It was good. It had its charm, but for the big world out there, big rock radio kind of world, that's a 5 damn taco. Really, really good. I would take that and run with it in a heartbeat. But that's just me. I'm just a nobody podcast guy, so don't worry about what I think. Lost Effect with The Chase coming up right now on Soundcheck.
Want to know if you suck? Hey, you suck. Send your music to Soundcheck.
Don't look back, 'cause where you go, I'll follow. Run and hide, 'cause where you hide, I'll find you. I hear you.
Don't hear me.
I see you.
Don't see me.
I feel you.
Don't feel me.
I touch you. And so the chase begins.
Day after day, and hour upon hour, relentless in their pursuit.
Gushing of blood, beating them at the monkey. Starting again. Starting again. Voice of insanity. Where goes through the tree? Voice of insanity. Where goes within me? Why are you?
Don't hear me.
Why do you?
Don't see me.
Why feel you?
Don't feel me.
Why touch you?
Please, I see you watching me. I see you begging me as life slips away. And as I sink my teeth into your neck, I see it live. I feel your lifeblood pouring out and feeling me. I feel your lifeblood pouring out and feeling me. Please, please don't see me hiding here. Stop watching me. I can feel you watching me. I can feel
You are listening to the Metal Moose.
Little bit of Lost Effect right here on Soundcheck with the Moose, coming to you from OKC. Pretty cool tune. A little above bar band. You know, I feel like I could see that kind of a band in a bar, but be, you know, when I say bar band, I picture that band on the stage playing and a lot of people sitting at their tables eating their hamburgers and drinking and talking to each other while the band's playing, which I think is disrespectful. But I think if you're a good enough band, that doesn't happen. So I could see that band in that club getting people to put their drinks down and going, now this is interesting. You know, that's a little bit more than what I would expect coming to a, you know, rock club. So I would give that probably a 3.5 star. Taco, skull, saw blade, inverted cross, whatever, pentagram, you know, whatever you. I like tacos personally. That other stuff's for metal shows. Yeah. Hey, real quick, I want to give a shout out to my buddy who does the Balding Guy podcast. It's a sports bar podcast. Nothing serious, just opinions, daily updates, weekly episodes on Fridays and a Monday wrap. It's on Audio Boom and iTunes as well. Anybody who's interested in being a guest or a co-host, make sure and get a hold of them because they're interested in that. And they were kind enough to say, hey, Moose, will you please tell everybody about our podcast? Absolutely. Balding Guy Podcast. Find it on iTunes if you're into sports stuff. they're trying to get something going. They want you to be involved. I totally understand that because I'm still trying to get things going here. I'm into my, 14? We're almost 4 years into this, so we're still trying to make it work. We're working our asses off and having a lot of fun. Once again, I've got to stop with the plural thing. I'm working my ass off, so thinking about making some stickers, but I'd have to sell them and to make the money back. Somebody wants to donate about $75, we can do some cool stickers. Yeah, so anyway, coming up next is a band called Mystica Girls. I've heard this out there before, but I don't think I've ever heard of them, so I'm about to hear of them for the first time. And for those wondering, yes, I do eat my tacos while I'm naked because it's more exciting that way. And I mean, for me, anyway. What about you? I don't know.
You are listening to the Metal Moose.
That's another example right here, I think, of production being an issue, which this is, part of this show is about production and the product that you put out to people. I feel like the production was way, way loud, cranked up, just overdrive, almost fuzzy. And it also, the reason why that is important, and I know a lot of people out there go, man, these are underground bands that don't have a bunch of money for production. But a lot of the ways you can a lot of the ways you can fix production issues is by arranging the song in a different way. you have got one hell of a set of lungs going on there. And it's just as important to your song as your guitar player, because obviously the guitar playing is way, way, way sick, off the chain, really well played. Nice. Also, I like the way the song was written. It was written in a good pop rock format with the heavy overtones. But your vocalist is getting killed by the music. Bring down the music a couple notches and let her show those beautiful pipes off. Great tune. I would give that a 4.5, but the production, because of the way the song is arranged, it really hurt the possibilities and capability of the tune. I like it though. I would say this is a band. I would put this in the category of bands to watch out for, that with the right production and right arrangements are going to do really well. So Mystica Girls, really good. I'm not expecting anything soothing at all out of this next band, because something about the name Narcotic Death, just the butcher and the scribe. Yeah, I'm not feeling any happiness here, but sometimes that's a good thing. Yeah.
The Moose rocks Texas. Text in your request to the Soundcheck Taco line 424-666-7356.
That's pretty much what I expected right there. Yeah, Narcotic Death, pretty grim, crazy, black metal, scary, rigid and rough, and I liked it. Rigid and dirty and mean and pissed off, and I liked it. That's cool. So here's the deal. Is it something that I'm going to put in my regular rotation, on my Spotify in my vehicle? Maybe not. But if I'm listening to a good, black metal, grim black metal mix or something, I'm okay with that being in there. I'd wear the shirt. I would tell people, yeah, check this band out. Sweet name, Narcotic Death. Girl in the band, black metal. It's in. Get into it, man. So, yeah, I totally would get into that. This next band is a band that I actually played on the last episode 69 of Soundcheck. But I thought it was so good, and I didn't have an idea. Sorry I can't speak today. I just literally not a mush mouth. This next band, I had no idea it was a girl band. So I say girl band. I didn't have any idea there was a female in the band because I had never heard the song because I don't listen to the songs before the show. But when I played it on the last Soundcheck, I was like, that is really, really good. I'm going to put that on the next Chix the Rawk show. So that's what I did. I'm going to play them. They're called Opiumetes du Peuple, which I think it's French. I can't speak French. And they sing in French, which is pretty cool. I like to hear different languages and music. And it's just it's not really a metal song, but it's more like of a pop punk hard rock kind of thing, but it's really good. And of course, probably people in the United States have probably never heard of them because they're from France, or wherever they're from. It sounds French to me. Who knows? But it's good. You're going to dig it. Opiumetes du Peuple, I think.
Want to know if you suck? Hey, you suck. Send your music to Soundcheck.
De noir. À l'abri des regards, je défie le hasard. Dans ce monde qui n'a ni queue ni tête, je n'en fais qu'à ma tête. Un mouchoir au creux du pantalon, je suis chevalier d'Éon. Puisqu'il faut choisir un mot, tout je peux le dire. Sans contrefaçon, je suis un garçon. Et pour un empire, je ne peux me dévêtir. Je suis un garçon. Tour à tour, on me chasse de vos fréquentations. Je n'admets pas qu'on menace mes résolutions. Je me fous bien des candidats, je suis caméléon.
Listening to Soundcheck with the Moose.
I am all about that band. And listen, I got to say this: if you don't like that, even put aside your metal, put aside your country, whatever it is that you're into, that's a good tune. It's got that Sum 41, Blink 182 kind of pop punk. You can rock out to it. You can raise your fist to it. You can have a good time with it. I'm going to adjust my mic so if it makes a crazy noise, I'm sorry. So I'm all about that. Really like the whole French turn on it. Being that I think it's French anyway, so I don't know. At this point, I'm not sure what day it is. So love it. Totally 5 tacos. I think I've given out 3 5-taco ratings on this show. That's unheard of, man. We don't do that. That's giving away way too many of my tacos, man. Those things are to be eaten. Yeah, man. So I'm sorry I can't say your name right. Piumets du Pupil. Anyway, I like it. Man, there's been some really good stuff on this show today, and I'm a fan of that. So listen, if you're not familiar with the show, my name is Moose. I do this here in the Moose Pit Studios in Oklahoma City. I've been doing this since 2014. We started out as the Metal Moose Radio Show, which really kind of branched off from something called Riffworks. And we're on a bunch of radio stations all across the world. Indie Rage Radio, Blossom Rocks Radio, a bunch of them. Craze Radio down in Dallas. I used to just go chasing after stations, and finally I just gave up and said, if they want to play it, they'll play it. So that's how it is. I know that there are around 40 radio stations playing the show. I don't keep track too much anymore, but I see them promote the shows, and I appreciate that very much. So thank you for all of you that help me promote as well, because there's a bunch of you out there. Mark Gibson being one of them, of course. A lot of friends out there. John Kelly. I could go on forever. I don't have time, but maybe we'll do that at the end of the show. It's been a while since I've had the opportunity to do a shout out to everybody. So maybe we'll do that here in a little bit at the end of the show, where I'll talk more and blab more. His next band was kind enough to like the post when I posted we were going to be playing them today on the show. Shiny Black Anthem. I don't know what the music sounds like, but that is a great name. Great name. I love it. So we're going to check them out. The song is called Fade into White. Also, that's an intelligent title. So I expect a lot. Shiny Black Anthem.
The Moose Rocks, Colorado.
It's a race to the place you have never been.
The Moose Rocks Canada.
Shiny Black Anthem, and so this is the second band that I've played on the show that I absolutely 100% feel this way about. I don't know a single reason why you shouldn't be on stage playing major shows, opening for major bands, because you're that good. That was phenomenal. It has the right formula. It's poppy enough to be liked by the masses. It's hard enough to be liked by metalheads. It even has an industrial edge to it, which I think is an even another branch of accessibility for music. Really, really, really damn good. Like that, I'm mad at whoever manages you, because Shiny Black Anthem should be a household name. There should be your music should be all over the place. That was really damn good. It reminded me a lot of, remember Republica? It has that Republica feel to it. Like I can totally shake my ass to that and headbang at the same time. It's got a cool, it has a little bit of, like I said, that industrial kind of EDM kind of thing in there as well. So I think that it's a big hit. I think that is a great example of a excellent Chix That Rock tune. It has all of the right elements. They're all at the right levels. And it's something that you could play to somebody that's never heard that band before. Or if somebody says, what kind of music do you like? And you played that song to them, they would be like, wow, that's impressive. That is an impressive 5 tacos. 5 tacos. That is easily a 5 taco. I would love an autographed CD. I'm a fan. I'm a fanboy of Shiny Black Anthem. That was really good. 5 tacos. That was that the 4th one. Telling you guys that doesn't happen. I don't give that out much. I'm finding some good bands today, man. CRUE. I was just looking. They don't have any XXX t-shirts, so I can't get one. But man, they're awesome. I'm picking up the vinyl. That's what I'm going to do for sure. Anyway, so coming up next is a band called Virulent. I think this may end off the show, so we'll be back in a few minutes to wrap things up. Virulent on the Chix That Rock. Let's check it out, shall we?
You're listening to the Metal Moose.
Reality's a stranger.
This is Izzy Devious and Lieutenant Colonel Lee from Accidental President in Sydney, Australia.
G'day to all you listeners at Metal Moose Radio.
Agitators and flag bearers.
Stay brutal.
All right, Virulent there to end off this Chix That Rock episode. The Virulent is one of those bands that I listen to that I say to myself, this hasn't been worked out yet. Because what you got there is a really cool map. I like what I hear. It's got some storytelling element to it. It's not just a barrage of noise. There's emotion. It's really good. It just isn't pieced together quite right yet, or the production isn't in the right places. But that's another one of those bands that I put into the bands to look out for category, because it was good, man. Obviously, you got something. And I like it because it's original. It's really not categorizable, if that makes sense. You can't really put that in a box, but I really like what's happening there. And I think that with a little bit more work, a little bit more, this is and that's, you got yourself an excellent thing going on there. So I right now, I'll probably give it a 3.75. Which is a decent amount of rating. Tacos for me, trust me. Because I think a lot of other people are not going to understand the good things that are going on there. And I do. And I think that you've got something cool going. So good job on Virulent. Man, so many good bands today. CRUE, I just wrote to CRUE and told them how much I really, really enjoyed their music. I'm going to go ahead and pick up some CRUE on vinyl, because I kind of started up the little vinyl thing again with my good friend Robert Pilson over at No Slip has helped me get my vinyl bug back. So I've only got 3 or 4 vinyls. Hey, if you have a release on vinyl and you send it to me, I will do a sound check on it for free. That's right. I will charge you nothing. I'll do a full album review in podcast form for free. But if you send it to me, it has to be autographed. So an autographed vinyl, send it over, and I'll do a full podcast review on the record. Yep. So speaking of, I've got a podcast review coming up for Killing Grace with their Speaking with Fist release. Also, God, I don't remember who else. Somebody else. I've got a couple of them coming up. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do the Methane record, full podcast form of that as well. If you are in a band and you want a full sound check, which is what you're listening to right now, but it's all your music and all about you, a full album review, just get a hold of me. They're $20 each, but it's something that you're going to have forever. That's one of a kind, a podcast just about your album and your band. So we do those for $20. It's the way we kind of raise money for ourselves to keep doing cool things. And yeah, man. So, but if you, like I said, if you have a vinyl release and you send it to me, it's easy. The address is P.O. Box 5401, Edmond, Edmond, Oklahoma 73083. Just write it to Moose. They know who it is. Send me the album and I'll sound check the whole thing. Just make sure and sign it, man. I like signed stuff. And we always take shirts as well. Shirts are a big deal to us, but I wear a XXX, so not a lot of bands carry XXX shirts. But if you have one, I'd love it, because I'll wear it and I'll take a picture and show everybody, hey, I'm the Moose. I like this band. We'll do that for you. So also real quick, because I don't know if I fit it in enough and I don't want to be unfair to my buddy at the Balding Guy podcast, make sure to check him out on iTunes and tune in. Anybody who's interested in sports, because basically it's a sports bar talk kind of a deal. So there's daily updates, a weekly episode on Fridays, and wrap up on Monday. They're on Audio Boom and iTunes, like I said, and tune in. Make sure and check them out. And if you're interested in getting into being a podcast person, they're looking for guests and co-hosts and stuff like that. So make sure and check them out, the Balding Guy podcast, which, I'm a balding guy. And I like sports, but I don't have time to be a co-host. So I'm busy with this madness, this sound check thing. Thanks again for everybody who listened. I know the Chix That Rock shows are are really popular. They've always done really well. And I know that there are a lot of people out there doing this. Since we started, I've seen a lot more of them pop up. I'm not trying to say that I was the first one, but it's a really noble cause. There's a lot of women out there making great music. And I know I had a feminist to get mad at me because they were like, if you would not just look at our boobs, that's the reason I'm doing this, is to tell people don't worry about your boobs, worry about your music. Worry about what you have to offer musically. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what religion you are. If you're a woman and you're in the music industry, preferably the heavy music industry, then I appreciate that and I applaud that. And anybody that just listens to you because of your boobs is a jackass. So, just throwing that out there. I know it's weird. Hey, listen, I love boobs as much as anybody else, but that's not a reason. That's not how you rate somebody's worth. It's just not. It doesn't make any damn sense. You're worth everything, no matter who you are, where you are, what you are. The best relationship you can have with anybody is with yourself, and you're worth everything. Believe in yourself, man. I say it at the end of every show. I'm going to say it again. You wake up, you kick ass, you be kind, you repeat. That's how we do things here at Soundcheck. That's how we do things in the Moose family, and we do it every day. Every day. Integrity, man, it's a big deal. Be good to each other, man. Take care of each other. It's a big deal. You have the power to change somebody's life just by smiling at them. Use that power today and change somebody's life. Until next time, guys, don't forget, take care.
The metal moose is on the air across the globe. He's everywhere.